There's big trouble in the Big Apple, and the only man for the job is Prophet, the nano-suited super soldier and star of Crysis 3. The latest action epic from developer Crytek doesn't do too much to shake up the shoot or sneak gameplay formula established in the game's predecessors, but it still provides one of the most enjoyably fluid and flexible combat experiences that you can find in the first-person shooter genre.
You take out the artillery, I'll bring in the veto. Go on, mate. It ain't the end of the world. Yet.
So, given that this is a Crysis game, you're probably dying to know what the graphics are like, right? Well, while there's no question that the PC version of the game benefits from a higher resolution and better lighting and textures, Crysis 3 is still an amazing looking game even on your aging PS3 or 360 console. The dilapidated New York City setting that's been reclaimed by nature has been brought to life with quite a staggering amount of detail. When the gates open and you first set foot inside the Liberty Dome setting, you'll likely pause a moment just to take it all in. Gorgeous lighting, vegetation rendered down to individual blades of grass and levels with towering verticality. It's a clash of jungle and shattered urban architecture that results in a game world genuinely like no other. It also sounds great too. The guns kick like mules at a karate contest, the symphonic score swells at all the right moments, and the banter from your enemies is excellent.
That fancy cloak won't save you, asshole!
It's particularly enjoyable to hear them freaking out when they realise the rest of their squad has been wiped out, and they've gone from being the hunter to the hunted.
He's gonna kill me!
What comes as the biggest surprise with Crysis 3 is that it manages to tell a genuinely emotional tale this time around, delivered via a combination of memorable dialogue, stellar voice acting, and high-quality facial capture animation. This is particularly evident in the exchanges between Prophet and his Cockney sidekick Psycho. For a game that's mostly about a hero who's more machine than man, Crysis 3 has a surprising amount of heart.
They took my nanosuit, Prophet! I'm human! I'm not.
This being a Crysis game, it also has a large amount of people and aliens to sneak up on and violently murder as well. Once again, your nanosuit allows you to switch things up on the fly between cloaked stealth and well-armoured assault, depending on the situation and your playstyle. And there's also a new hacking ability that allows you to reprogram automated turrets or minefields to create diversions in a firefight. The new Predator bow is another excellent addition, both in terms of its stealth killing functions, but also its secondary fire modes that allow you to frag enemies, electrocute them, or obliterate them entirely with a thermite-tipped arrow.
Try them out in the lake.
Christ!
That certainly never gets old. The biggest reason that Crysis 3 is such a joy to play is because its control system is near flawless. The fact that you can quickly augment your weapons without retreating into menu screens, or how you can pull out a grenade by double tapping the weapon switching button, it all works wonderfully and means there's never any kind of artificial interface standing in the way of your natural instincts. You could say that the game's controls are better mapped to your hands than Prophet's own nanosuit. Speaking of that suit, it still has the same basic functions and shared energy bar that it had in Crysis 2, but the upgrade system has been substantially revamped. You can now set custom suit loadouts to switch between depending on the situation, and you'll definitely need some armor boosts and bullet deflection upgrades against the tougher enemies later on in the campaign. While Prophet's quest to topple the Cell Corporation and eradicate the alien Ceph feels shorter overall compared with the campaign of Crysis 2, its pacing is better and its levels offer up far more freedom. They mostly present a happy medium between the open sandboxes of the original Crysis and the more linear parts of Crysis 2, and some of the later levels in the game feel truly enormous. The game's multiplayer component has once again been handled by Crytek UK, and they've done another rock-solid job with it. All of the modes from the previous game return, along with a couple of new additions including the standout Hunter mode, which pits two cloaked hunters against a team of cell troopers. Each trooper killed switches sides and becomes a hunter, until there's one trooper left standing to nervously twitch and shoot at shadows. It's genuinely intense stuff.
System X.
Grab your men for battle.
Crysis 3 is a polished iteration on the previous Crysis titles. Its campaign mode features some much-needed soul beneath the sci-fi sheen, which gives a sense of purpose to all the killing that has been previously absent from the series. While its multiplayer mode isn't quite strong enough to take out the genre leaders, it at least provides enough of its own flavour to present a worthy alternative. It's not quite a next-generation experience come early, but it's certainly a superbly controlled, tightly paced and tactically flexible shooter, and an excellent way to tie up the Crysis series. For now. For more on Crysis 3, head on over to IGN.com.